We got kids about to go off to college. He got diplomas. He got everything that was of value to his mother. That's what he did.
Very glad to hear that. Thanks for talking to us, and best of luck with everything. As far as what about the folks? Did you see? Do you know the neighbors here?
They left maybe earlier in the day.
Did you see that? Was that when you came out?
We wet all of the neighbors' stuff trying to save it. This lady right here, we wet her stuff too. We try to save it. We try to do what we can, but unfortunately, like this is just what it is.
You guys are we were talking to some neighbors down the street. Like, you guys are kind of in the city area. Were you expecting the fire? Did you ever expect the fire to reach here?
Yes, because one, because of the high winds. Two, because of all this dry vegetation. And that's unfortunate because we have all these laws and restrictions about the no watering. But had this stuff not been dry like this, maybe it wouldn't have been like that. We got all these limitations. You can't water. You can only water a little bit. So what? But if it was wet and not as dry, maybe all this wouldn't have engulfed in flames.
Best of luck to you, and Elijah, best of luck to you too. You can see they're not the only ones dealing with this. We'll come over here. Like I said, we're on the Altadena side. Over here is the Pasadena side of the street. I believe that's Pasadena side of the street. I was told this is kind of the dividing line between the cities. But you can see there's somebody standing in front of what, I don't know if that's actually a home there, or maybe just that may not be a home. I can't tell. Or if that's just some sort of storage area, but a lot of fire coming from that street. And then we were on earlier, just kind of the direction that Andre's pointing right now, where that black smoke is. Down that way, if you go down a little further, is Glen Avenue in Pasadena, and that's where we saw several homes on fire as well. So still a lot of people dealing with the reality that their home is gone, or at least not livable for right now, and trying to figure out what the next step is. For now, reporting live here in Altadena, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
Chip, again, you're going to see stories like that, thousands of stories.
Yeah, and you can hear the frustration too. Yeah. It's a mixed bag of sadness, and we're feeling it too. We're not experiencing it. We're here in the studio. We're not out there on the street, but we feel for everyone out there going through losing your home, or a partial part of your home, or having to evacuate. Kai, you had to evacuate, and you said you've never done something like that, and it felt so crazy.
It was interesting. By the way, we're watching, that's the East Topanga Fire Road at the top of your screen right there, and that's a little closer towards the Pacific Ocean side, and that is, I think I'm correct, on the west side of Topanga Canyon. But look at how fast that fire races uphill. Yeah. See, that's the issue we're dealing with. The winds, they could relax here and there. However, if you get a fire and an area of fire and energy that is moving uphill, it's going to really just rip through there, and it still has a little bit of wind behind it. Yeah. So it's moving quickly. But as I was saying before, the stress level is amazing. My wife pulled me aside and said, "Are you in shock?" And I think you are. Yeah, I kind of was. I didn't expect to see the fire. I'm just south of Altadena, and I didn't expect to see the fire coming so quickly. It was so fast. When I arrived home, I had literally a half of an hour to get things together, organize paperwork, and by the time we did that, we were in the car and we had to go. Yeah. And we just had to go. You don't have time to think. And as that young lady was just mentioning, you take what you get. And she said, I don't know what they took. Yeah. And I was the one who packed up a lot of our things. I have no idea what I put in those suitcases. I just know that if we were away for 2-3 days, that we would have a change of clothing, we would have some medicines, we'd have insurance papers, things that you would need to talk to your insurance company after the incident was over with. But again, the stress level is huge. And also, it's easy to say, but everybody should try and just manage their stress a little bit and their anxiety, because the streets are a little dangerous too. People are driving very fast around these areas because they want to get home. They want to get away from their homes. They want to get to a safe place. They might want to reach their loved ones. There's a lot of things that are going on in everybody's minds right now. Yeah. So thinking clearly is a little difficult right now.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Pasadena. Shelby Nelson is standing by at one of the evacuation centers where some people obviously did have to grab all they could and get out. Shelby?
Now, other times it kind of dissipates a little bit, and most people are inside the shelter, which we'll show you in a second. But I want to pan to this side because we've seen a lot of the seniors having to be put into the vans and transported out of here. They were taken from some of the other senior care facilities where they originally were, and then taken obviously to safety, and then now they're being transported to another facility where they can be safe and they no longer have to be at this shelter. And then over on this area, you're seeing all these food trucks. There's a few that just arrived right now, but we did see that they were distributing food earlier today right out here, where people have been in and out. You can see just the crowd of people. We've seen people with their pets, people with pillows, people in tears. I mean, it's crazy to see all these people and what they're going through right now. Now I'm going to come over to Paula Mariscal. Paula, thank you so much for joining us. You're with your grandson, Corey. Corey and you have been waiting so patiently to talk to us. And tell us a little bit about your experience, because I know you live in Altadena. You've been here since 4 a.m.
Yes, we've been up all night. We knew the fire was coming. It was coming from the east. We live on the west side. We evacuated about 3:30 this morning and arrived here at about 4 a.m.
And what was that like for you? Have you ever had to evacuate before? You sent us pictures, if you guys want to bring that up right now, send us pictures from your front door.
Yes, we had a standby evacuation years ago in the previous large fire, but no, this was quite chaotic and quite stressful. The winds were just howling. It was horrific. We just packed up the cars and got the kids and just stayed for just a few minutes, took pictures of some of the items in our home, grabbed pictures, our passports, our birth certificates, and just got down here and checked in, and it was, a great relief.
And what you're explaining right now is exactly what first responders always say. Get your important documents. And it sounds like you guys had everything in place, a plan in place to get out of there. Any idea on the status of your home right now, and then what's next for you?
Yeah, we have no idea on the status of our home. My older sister did lose her home. She lives on the east side of Altadena. There are a lot of businesses that have been also destroyed. Unfortunately, we're a small community, and so these losses are huge. They're huge for our community. And so we're all very concerned, trying to take a deep breath and, appreciate that we're all together and we're all safe.
I can imagine how devastating that is for you guys to just leave and not know what's happening to your home.
It's very challenging.
Corey, buddy, you were telling me that you saw the fire.
Let's pray for everyone who's involved in the fire and who has suffered.
It was really cool. Have you ever seen a fire like that before?
No. The only fire I saw before was a campfire.
Were you scared at all?
No.
You're handling this like a champ. Very brave of you. And we hope that you guys, are able to get home safely, that your home is okay. We thank you guys so much for talking to us. And how long do you think you're going to be here today?
We'll be here today. We'll be here tonight. We have no idea how long we'll be, but
thanks for
we're
watching
here.
our video.
So we've
Please
seen a
like
lot of
and
people from our
subscribe.
church, a lot of people from our community. So it's comforting to know that we're not the only ones in this situation.
Thank you so much.
Pray
We appreciate
for
it, Paula.
Thank you.
all
Appreciate
these
it.
people.
And then we're going to walk over here, guys. Like I said, I want to give you kind of an idea of what
So
we're
terrible.
seeing out here. You folks approached me a second ago telling me that you guys are waiting for meals because you're going to be helping out. Carlos.
Yes, my name is Carlos. I'm with AIDS Healthcare Foundation, Food for Health Programs, and we are here to make a commitment to bring hot meals to those people that are affected by the wildfires.
How many meals would you say you guys are bringing?
Today we're bringing 500 meals, and this is going
Let's
to be
pray
an
for
ongoing
everyone
thing
in
for
California.
3 meals a day.
Thank you.
Tara?
Yeah, we're doing 2 shifts of 500.